Okay, today we're doing a comparison between the Schick Hydro 5 and the Gillette Fusion 5 blade. Both of these I've used for several years, so I'm able to give my personal experience on them. We'll start with the Schick. The Schick handle is made very robustly. It, like all shavers, tends to take a dive for the floor every now and then, but it stood the test of time. Doesn't fall apart, still works okay. Needs a bit of a clean now and then, but heck, for about 3 or 4 years old, that's not too bad for that handle. Gillette, on the other hand, not robustly made. All these little bits, if it drops on the floor, tend to pop off, and you're scrounging around for them in the shower if you have a shave in the shower. The mechanism, this one's actually had it. I can't use it anymore, it won't pick up the blade, so not overly impressed with the Gillette handle. Their blades, onto the Gillette, their lubricating strip is solid, it's reasonably good. It's got a trim blade that doesn't pop down, but it's quite good actually. It's a single blade on the top. You can just see it in there, unfortunately, because the head's no longer, it's at the top of the green strip. So you can actually trim those hard to get at places quite well. So effectively it's a 6 blade. So that's pretty good. What I have noticed about the Gillette, as opposed to the Schick, which we'll move on to, is that the lubricating strips don't last as long. You can see on the Schick that they're little individual lubricating strips. They tend to last a bit longer. Now, the lubricating strips, I've got one over here, got out. This is one I've been using for a couple of weeks, so you can see that they're worn down, but they actually are quite good. Their trim mechanism, if I can do this one-handed, we'll see how we go. I'll put this back in. Their trim mechanism, actually the head folds down. The lubricating head accessing that top blade, which again works perfectly well. You can see the head has been used a fair bit, it's lost a bit of paint. So yeah, observations on both. Well, both will do the job, but for my money, I just can't get over the poor handle quality of the Schick. Sorry, let's try that again. The poor handle quality of the Gillette as opposed to the Schick, which is a much more robustly made. Shave-wise, both do a fairly similar job, but I think for my money the Schick gets the nod. The trim blade, well, the fold-down one's quite good on the Schick. I think for really tight areas, the Gillette would probably have it because it just has that edge on it, pardon the pun. So for my money, and from my experience over probably 4 years of using both of these, I would take the Schick, no problems. Unfortunately, I've got a few more blades left on the Gillette, and the price of blades over the price of the handle may mean that I go and get another handle for the Gillette, but I'm not impressed with that at all. Anyway, hope this has helped. It is, again, just my opinion on the matter and my experience. I don't use this on any rounded sort of areas terribly successfully. I find, for my money, for rounded areas like the chin, both of them are pretty ordinary. So what I use is this little puppy. Hey, it's a Schick. And the reason I use it for rounded areas is it flexes incredibly. And good on heads if you've got shaved heads too. So it gets in around the chin and areas so much better than the other two fixed blades. So that's what, a 3-blade, and lubricating strip again, very good. Disposable, but a very handy little thing to have as a secondary. How often do I change them? Yeah, about once a month. Both razors, and I get a good run out of them. They've had it by then. But at the price of razors these days, I think that's a good value for money. Anyway, hope this has helped you. If you think it's any good, give us a like. Thanks for now.